Well, hello there, human beings of the internet. It is I, Ryan, from the Immaterial Gamers, and you might be asking yourself a question. Hold on, Ryan, don't you guys from Immaterial Gamers just do Let's Plays and podcasts? And to that I'd answer, yeah, at the moment, but do I try something a little bit new, and a little bit off the cuff? Try and do all these little reaction and opinion-based things that the internet loves. So yeah, we're going to have an immaterial take on stuff. A couple of us gamers do want to actually have some opinion-based talk. I know Duncan, who's wanting to do a look at Ross Scott's Games as a Service is Fraud video and take a little bit of a deep dive into that. More than the deep dive than the hour and 15-minute long video already shows. But I wanted to look at something a little recent, something that was only been out 24 hours. Something that people don't already have a great opinion of. So I was going to look at the Sonic the Hedgehog movie trailer and offer my pros and cons on to what the film's looking like at the moment. So if you've been living under a rock and you haven't seen what's happened with the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, I'll give you a quick recap on that. So yeah, this was supposed to be a film that was being developed by Sony when they acquired the rights in 2013, but then got rid of the rights and gave them to Paramount in 2017 because the project had stalled. Warning sign number 1. But yeah, they got the cast on August 2018 and the film was shot and done between July and August of 2018 in Vancouver. So yeah, the film is due out on November the 8th, and it's had a teaser already at the end of 2018 of a dodgy CG model of Sonic. Now, they've furred him up a little bit, they gave him some realistic fur, they gave him some odd calf muscles, and then people had problems from there. And that's not helped much by this trailer that came out, like I say, yesterday, if you're watching this in the relative time. So yeah, let's just kick straight into the pros and cons of the thing. So let's look at the pros. There are not many of them, let's be fair. So the voice of Sonic is done by Ben Schwartz. Now, he's a guy from Parks and Recreation, something that you may have watched. I don't know him, but apparently he's put a good voice to the Sonic. It's close to the games and the sort of the animations that have come through. Sort of has that juvenile rebel that wants to save the world aspect that they got going for him. So he's one pro. The other would be Jim Carrey. They got a casting decision right in this. So Jim Carrey is playing Dr. Robotnik in this, not that you would know with what he's wearing. He seems to be playing some sort of Black Ops, evil doctor, bounty hunter sort of character at the moment. But the end of the teaser trailer shows him looking like the traditional, slightly wide, bald-headed, giant mustachioed, goggle-wearing man that we all know and hate. And his characterization is kind of close to his old 90s comedy days, his Ace Ventura, his The Mask, sort of the crazy villain, really, as opposed to our good old pet detective. So he's the other pro. That's about it. Wait, there's one more, actually. It's kind of got a good idea with some scenes in playing the stuff that's good for adults and children alike. The DreamWorks movie way of doing sort of kids' films. Having sort of humour that kids will like, oh look, it's a funny bit where Sonic's in a bag. And then the adult bits with, yes, it's a child, just not mine. So yeah, that's the pros. The cons, well, I mean the main one is they finally revealed the full Sonic the Hedgehog, and you'll see the pictures now. I mean, look at him. Look at those calves. Look at the quite odd proportions of his body. Look at his face. It doesn't look right. They've decided to just give him 2 eyes as opposed to, our good old 1 eye with the slit in the middle. And yeah, it's all about them teeth. For some reason, they decided to give him a human mouth on a CG hedgehog body, and it looks terrifying. Go to bed after watching that film, and you'll probably wake up with a cold sweat. It's as simple as, really. Other problems. The trailer has got the oddest music selection I've ever known. I'm going to be careful in saying this because they seem to be very, very litigious in erasing all knowledge of them being in existence, but it's using Gangsta's Paradise. Why the hell is it using Gangsta's Paradise? When I think of Sonic the Hedgehog, I think free spirit, running around the world saving things. I don't think tragic, trod-upon figure that's constantly got to live in the hood and make ends meet and is in that constant circle of violence and power. But, apparently we know less than Paramount do. And the last thing, what the hell are Sonic's powers here? Apparently he can summon rings like Doctor Strange, and he can just stop time completely and make witty, in heavy finger quotes, witty dialogue about how he's ran 9 million steps today. I said it had the sort of the DreamWorks jokes in it, but it also seems to have the DreamWorks rest of the script problem, so it doesn't really hold out very well, and I don't really hold out much hope for the film. It's something that I'll probably have to watch just to see how far we've fallen as a culture in video game films, especially when you have to compare it to Detective Pikachu, and that seems to have got its marketing right. Now, there was the issue when it had first come out, people looked at the character Pikachu with all the fur everywhere and went, what the hell has happened here? He does not look like what I expected him to. And then they've shown the other Pokemon, and they start to look a little better, albeit a bit Uncanny Valley odd in sort of how they look texture-wise. But at least they stayed with the same character design. Pikachu might have the fur all over the place, but he's still Pikachu. Sonic, no, he looks like a nightmare, dressed as a daydream. And I've just quoted a Taylor Swift song, which just shows how nightmarish this whole situation is. So yeah, based on this, I don't think Sonic's going to do very well. It's going to have to do a lot more in the official trailers coming up to its release in November to get people on side here. But this is looking like everything that you want to not happen with a video game film. And it's going to have an uphill battle with Nintendo and Warner Brothers and Legendary Pictures when Detective Pikachu comes out. I mean, for God's sake, they've got Ryan Reynolds, and that's going to be a hard sell to turn down anyway. So yeah, that's my sort of opinions on the topic of the new Sonic trailer. So if you like what you heard and saw, please do the likey, sharey, subscribey thing. Click the bell, let people know, and yeah, until next time, have a good one. Might try more of these in the future. Certainly a lot of us want to have a go at this, so yeah, keep an eye out. See you later.